got used to it quite quickly because it was all confined into one small area, and you got into your stride straight away. We had a little workshop, but we didn't work together because we had to split night shift days, and we used to do any repairs, things like that, for the illumination, because the miners had to see what they were doing. Just beside the shaft itself, we had a compressor house with a small compressor for the miners' tools, because they worked with picks and shovels on compressed air. In this lean-to, we also had a 110 volt generator for the lights and the perimeter lights. Also a telephone, a landline to the power station, because it was essential that the power was kept at all times. Because when people were down a distance in the south and you got a power cut, it was, well, to say the least, scary, because there was no means of getting them out, because the crane was out of action, because it was electrical. So the miners just had to stay where they were until the power came back on. The guy in the compressor house had a telephone direct to the power station, and he used to get on the phone. The miners down below, trapped, can't get out. It's essential you get the power back on, because them days, in the 40s, just after the war, there was a coal shortage, and they used to isolate whole areas, and we were included in an area which was subject to a blackout to conserve energy. Coal was the main thing. Up and down the country, there was coal depots under guard, caged in. It was a crime to steal coal. It was as bad as that. We were in a position where we couldn't afford cuts. We couldn't afford it. People's lives were at stake, apart from the damage it could cause with no compressed air going into their work. And that used to happen on a regular basis. Eventually, somebody somewhere got the message and they stopped isolating it. But it took about 4 or 5 times while I was there that happened. And when it happened at night, it was scary because you couldn't move on the site. It was like a scrapyard, really. There was stuff lying all over the place. A great big hole in the middle for the escalator. A dangerous place.